So behind me right here is the San Xavier mission, and when the Glanton gang was riding up from Tubac, this is what they passed, and this was founded in 1692.
By Father Kino, who was a missionary and explorer, and the same person that founded Tumakakori, which we covered in the last Blood Meridian tour video. And this is what McCarthy says of San Xavier, quote, "They rode that night through the mission of San Xavier del Bac, the church solemn and stark in the starlight. Not a dog barked. The clusters of Papago huts seemed without tenant. The air was cold and clear, and the country there and beyond lay in a darkness unclaimed by so much as an owl. A pale green meteor came up the valley floor behind them and passed overhead and vanished silently in the void." And McCarthy's description here is beautiful because the mission is stark in the starlight, because when I drive by it a couple times a week during the night, it stands out so much out in the flat desert. There are, even in 2024, no other buildings around it. It's out in the middle of an Indian reservation. And back in 1870, it was a sizable distance away, probably 20 plus miles from the Presidio in Tucson. It's also a pretty good walk away from any water source, the Santa Cruz River. And so birds and wildlife aren't really out there. And so McCarthy nails this on the head. And the pale green meteor that is falling down is the Tucson meteor that Judge Holden lifts above his head 10 to 15 pages from now. And much like Tumakakori, it was destroyed by the Apache multiple times, finally destroying it completely in 1770. And obviously the priests that were occupying this land were Spaniards from Spain. And eventually, with the Mexican independence, the Spanish priests were kicked out, and it was left to decay for decades. And eventually, the Tohono O'odham tribe took it over because they were so concerned about their church falling into decay, because obviously the Tohono O'odham were forced into being Christian a lot of the time, and then obviously later on with institutionalized boarding schools by the American government. However, after the Mexican-American War, which was about 30 years after the War for Mexican Independence, the United States took over Arizona and the mission. Eventually, by the late 1800s, a lot more money started flowing into the church and started to be restored to what you're kind of seeing here now. And if you guys want to see more of my Blood Meridian tour videos, join my Cormac McCarthy book club or listen to my Cormac McCarthy course, you guys can go join my Substack. The link is down below. I also have a ton of free content, including my writing over there. And so I hope to see you over there or in my next Cormac McCarthy video. And if you guys want to see more of my Blood Meridian tour videos, join my Cormac McCarthy book club or listen to my Cormac McCarthy course, you guys can go join my Substack. The link is down below. I also have a ton of free content, including my writing over there. And so I hope to see you over there or in my next Cormac McCarthy video.